Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to the almost last live stream. So we are 4 hours left in this one, and then a half-hour break, and then an hour and a half left in the last one. Let's see. Okay, so managed to get my lunch cooked, but I was dealing with a few things with the little guy and trying to figure out when my wife was coming home, and then she had some questions for me. And anyway, you get to watch me eat again. I know if I don't think there was anybody on last night that was watching me eat, but you get to watch me eat this afternoon. So I got my lunch. We'll try and keep it off the screen as much as possible. And in the meantime, I will be playing my solo variant for 8-Minute Empire by Red Raven Games. They are a sponsor of our auction. They have a game in there that they sent in. It's their brand new one, Deep Sea Vents. And there's a few other games by them in the auction as well that other people have donated. But this is my solo version.
I want.
What's that? Nothing? Okay. This is my solo version of 8-Minute Empire. So I will go over the rules real quick on how to play this version of the game. If you're familiar with the standard version, this is kind of similar, except it uses an AI. So let's see. What colors will show up? Oh, so the blue and the white show up pretty good, or how about the yellow? Yeah, we'll do the blue and the white. Yeah, they show up pretty good. So white will be the bad guy, that my opponent. And blue will be me.
I want to play someone. I want to ride.
This is just a one-person game, so I'm teaching people how to play a one-person version. Oh man, my eyes are starting to get burny and watery after so many hours awake. Yours too? Yeah, I know it's tough being up for what, 5 hours? Is that tough?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and we play with the little resource tokens.
I want to play too.
And with some money.
I want to play too.
You can watch. This one is not a game for little guys, though. And then we have our market and resource cards. So, let's see. I've got to remember how to do this too. It's been a while, and of course my eyes are getting blurry, and so it's hard to see. Okay. Anyway, setup. You start with 11 gold. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, that's all we're going to use for the game, so we can push those gold out of the way. The AI doesn't use gold. Okay, so the AI has the white tokens. Place 3 of your armies in the start region, and we are playing on what I have listed as map 1. There's 3 of your armies there. So on map 1, you place 2 armies in the start region, 1 army in every other region in the starting continent. So there, 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 there. And there we go. So 8-Minute Empire is a pretty quick playing area control resource management game. Trying to collect resources, kind of set collection, I guess, more than resource management. So in a normal game, you've got 2 players that are vying for control over territories. In this solo variant that I have, you are starting in the center and trying to spread out and conquer the areas that are under control by the AI player. Okay. Place 1 AI army. Okay, we got that step. And then place an AI city in each of the regions with a little mountain. Okay. On every other continent and the island. Okay. Optional, randomly place good tokens on the 3 regions with AI cities, as well as the 3 regions not connected to the starting continent by a water route. You should have 3 unplaced goods tokens. So we are going to randomize these. Okay. And we'll place them there, 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 there. That's, is that it? Oh, this isn't connected to the mainland. 4. Oh, am I missing a spot? Oh, and here. Okay. Okay, so those are my 3 unplaced ones. Okay. And then there's a setup variant that instead of placing AI armies, cities, and good tokens as indicated, you can randomly place them around. But this is fairly balanced for the gameplay. So then you set up, finish setting up the map, the cards. Okay. Zero, 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3, and then the deck cards over here. And the way this works in 8-Minute Empire is this is kind of a river that flows down, and as you pick up the cards, you have to pay a cost, and the cost is shown here. Leftmost card it costs 0 coins, and then 1 coin, 1 coin, 2 coins, 2 coins, and then 3 coins. And they will flow down as they are purchased. So in the solo game, you take your first turn as usual by picking a card and then doing the action that is shown at the bottom of the card. Your goal is to try and collect resources. So set collection, you're going to get points for however many of that resource you have at the end of the game. So, for example, the trees, if you have 2, you'll get 1 point, 4, you'll get 2 points, 5, you'll get 3, and 6, you'll get 5 points. So you want to have more. If you control the resources on the map, those are extra resources that count towards that total, but they don't count alone. So you can't have these 2 anvils and get a point. You have to have at least 2, and you have to have at least a card. So you'd have your card and 1, or you'd have 2 cards and these 2 for 4. But you can't have just the anvils and count it. Anyway. So the actions that you can take after you pick the card, let's see, we'll go through. This is about the simplest one. That just means add 3 armies to your map. So Let's see, there's the card. So it's got 3 cubes. That just means add 3 armies to your map anywhere that you have a city or in the start area. The next one, this has 2 options. So you can either add 3 armies or you can make 3 moves. So you can move 3 armies, 1 space. You can move 1 army, 3 spaces, or any kind of combination. But you get 3 moves. And that's an either or. This one is place 3 or move 4, and so on. This one is a move 3, and they can take a ship, which means that they can follow these dotted lines on the map across the ocean. Normal moves can't. There's a few other symbols. There's a symbol that lets you add a city, and when you add a city, it's anywhere that you have an army. And again, when you add troops to the map, you can add them at a city that you have, so that will help you disseminate your forces from other areas of the map quicker. And there's also one that lets you destroy an enemy city. It's a little cube with an X in it, and that you just take the enemy off the map. I believe it's any spot. It might be somebody that you have to be adjacent to. Let me double check. You may remove an army from the board belonging to any player from any location. So that's it. And yeah, you can kind of see here. So there's the remove an enemy, and there's the build a city. So those are the cards that we haven't seen. What's different from the base game and this is on the AI's turn, it'll simply take the left 2 cards. So if you take this card, it's going to take these 2. If you take this card, it's going to take these 2. Just whichever 2 cards are to the left. The 0 gold and the first 1 gold card. So at the end of the game ends after the AI's turn when you've taken your 10th card. So you should end with 10 cards. And the AI should end with 20 because it will take 2 cards every turn. And then you score points as usual, gaining points for goods, including your goods tokens and regions you control, regions controlled, and continents scored. You also gain 1 point for each region on the starting continent that the AI does not control. So anything that you wrestle away from the AI, you gain a bonus point for those. And then the AI scores points for goods, so including goods, tokens, and regions that it controls. 1 point for each wild card, so wilds are not added to any goods. 1 point for each continent controlled, and 1 point for each region it controls with a city. And then other regions occupied the AI are only to block you from controlling regions and continents. If there's a tie, you win if you have more gold remaining than what you paid the AI. So every time you spend gold to buy a card, it goes to the AI. So, and then there's a few ways to variance and ways to adjust difficulty stuff. So anyway, that is it. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and take this one right here. It's a carrot, and it lets me move 3, including by ship. So I am going to move 1, 2. There's lots of anvils coming up, so I'm going to go ahead and move 3 into an anvil spot. Okay? And then the AI is going to just take those 2 cards, and everything else is going to flow down. That's it. That's how you play. So I'll go ahead and take that one again for 0. And that one lets me add 3 or move 4. I'm going to use it for the Let's see, the AI is going to get these two. I'm going to use it for the add 3. And again, I can add into the start area or where I have a city and I don't have a city. So the AI is going to get these 2. There's 1, 2, 3, and then 3 more come up. Okay, and again, I want the one that costs 0, because that will give me 2 anvils, and it lets me move 4. So I am going to start spreading out. 1, 2. We're really going to spread out. 3, 4. Okay. And the AI is going to get that gemstone. That's a point in itself. Each gemstone is worth 1 point. Okay, there we go. Oh, I am going to bypass that gemstone, and I'm going to get this tree because it's going to give me a city. And I will build the city here, which will let me really spread out on that continent and try and control that continent. Which means the AI is going to get these 2. It's another gemstone for the AI. That's big. That's a whole point. 3. Okay. Now we have move by ship or a wild. I'm going to spend 1 gold, and that goes to the AI. I'm going to take that wild. That will count as any 1 resource. AI will get these 2. I might want to be paying attention to what the AI is getting, too, as far as resources. AI is kind of stocking up on a few things. Let's see. Move 4, but including by ship. Move 6. Move 3 by ship. Add 3. I'll be able to get that add 3 for free. And I want to start moving like onto this island and this continent. So I'm going to go ahead and take the free one again. And move 4. So let's move 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. AI is going to get these 2. But now I've got the anvil that I was hoping for. 2 more diamonds have come up. Okay. So I do want that anvil. That's going to let me add 3. And it also gives me a 4th anvil and a 5th. I am going to add 2 here. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to add 1 there and 2 here. And split up where you add them, but they can still only be in the start area or where you have a city. Okay, these 2 will go to AI. 1, 2. Oh boy, lots of wilds. Okay, and lots of diamonds. AI is going to score a lot of points here. I want to. It's going to get a diamond either way. But I want to pay him to get this diamond. That one I would prefer. There. Okay, and that will let me move 2. So I'm going to move 1 and 2. Okay. These 2. A city counts as 1 for control. So if I move into here, it ties and nobody has control of it. If I move 2 guys into there, then I would control it, be able to take that city. Okay. They're both the same wild, so I might as well take the free one. I don't have any stone, so I don't need to get that, although the AI is going to get one. So I can move 2, including 1 by ship. So I'm going to move 1, 2, including by ship. That will work for that. Just give the AI 1. So I'm up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is my last card. 3. So my last card, I am going to carrots. I need 3 carrots to get a point. 1 more tree won't get me a point. I have a diamond, and I have a diamond, so that's good. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 anvils, so that's good. I can't get a 7th. So I think I am going to take a carrot. That's 1, 2 carrots, which means I need to go 1, 2, 3 carrots to get a point, which means I have to spend another gold to get that one. I will do that. Hello, welcome back. Okay, so I will do that. I will take those. And then the AI gets these last 2, and now we will score up points. So these are ignored. And let's move things up a little bit. First, let's score my points. So for resources, I have 3 carrots, so that's 1 point. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 anvils, so that's 3. So I'm up to 4 points. So you can use another color to keep track of your score if you want. So there's 1 point there, 2, 3, 4 for those. Trees. Trees, I have 2, so that's 1 point there. Okay. And I am going to make these wilds. Okay. Go tell Michael. Don't yell across the house. Okay. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Andrew, don't yell across the house. So that is 4 diamonds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. Okay, there is 5 points. Let's use the circles for 5s. And there's another 5. Okay. Okay, and now for area control, I control 1 area on the map, or on the start continent. So you score points as usual. Let's see. Score points as usual, gaining points for goods in regions you can control, regions controlled, and continents controlled. So I control 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 regions. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Michael's going to make the nachos, he said. Okay, and continents. I control this continent because it's 2 to 1. Nobody controls this one. Oh, I get a bonus point for controlling 1 region on the start. And I control this continent, so that's another point. Okay. Okay, and continents controlled also gain 1 point. So that is my score. So I have 5, 10, 15, 20 points. Now the AI scores points for its goods. So it's going to get a ton of points in goods. Move this a little out of the way. Okay. Let's use yellow to keep track of AI's score. Okay, so trees, carrots, rocks, wild, anvil, diamonds. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 4 of that, so 4, 5, 6. 6. Trees, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trees. So that is the full 5 points for trees. Carrots has 1, 2, 3, 4 carrots. That's just 1 point for carrots. Okay, and then stones. 1, 2, 3, 4. No stones on the board, so that is 3 more points. Okay, not right now, kiddo. Thank you, though. Okay, 1 point for each wild card. I got that. 1 point for each continent controlled. So that is, this continent is controlled, so that's another point. And then 1 point for each region it controls with a city. So 1, 2, 3 regions. Okay, so there's 3, 4, 5. And that is the final score of 19 to 20. You're showing your chips? So that is the final score of 19 to 20. I won, just barely squeaked out a win. And that is how you play 8-Minute Empire with my solo variant. So a couple of things, variants that I have in there. So if you prefer to have a little more control over the AI's cards, you can start the game with 15 gold. And then on your turn, in addition to purchasing a card for yourself, you may spend 1 gold paid to the AI to send 1 face-up card to the bottom of the draw deck. So you can have a little more control and you have a little bit more gold. Then there's a few ways to adjust the difficulty. So the easy version, you start with 13 gold. You play to 11 cards instead of 10. A standard game is the standard rules that I just mentioned that we played by. A medium difficulty game, the AI cities are worth 1.5 armies. So you have to have 2 to prevent the AI from controlling a city region. And your cities are still the same as an army. So when calculating continent scores, you got to remember it's only the regions controlled. So a continent with only 1 AI city and 1 of your armies in different regions is tied. Then there is a difficult version where you start with 9 gold and you play to 9 cards, and AI cities are worth 1.5 armies. Super hard, start with 9 gold, play to 9 cards, AI cities are worth 1.5 armies, and the AI scores 1 point per good you do not have. And then insane, where all that plus the AI earns 1 point per 2 gold. And then there are a few other, you can mix and match some of those options for increasing or decreasing the difficulty. And there is a setup instructions for the alternate map. So this has a map on both sides. And so there's a slightly different setup on this map. Since the continents are different size and different shapes and stuff. I think this map is a little bit more difficult, but it works pretty well. Leave the marbles alone, please.
I want that come on.
Okay, so that is 8-Minute Empire, the solo variant. So I'm gonna, before I put it away, I see nobody is watching right now, so I'm gonna try to scarf down my food while nobody is watching. And let me check extra life.
Andrew, I got you now.
Could you get me napkins?
Yeah.
Not in here, please. I'm gonna be setting up another game. So.
We got cupcakes for after lunch.
Okay. Yeah.
Right now?
Mm-hmm. I've been filming the whole time that you guys have been yelling back and forth through the house.
Oh.
I told you I started at 1.
You've got it sitting here. Okay, so don't sit in that. We're gonna watch the show though.
Not streaming. It does cut the quality. Guys, please don't be streaming stuff right now.
No YouTube.
You guys can watch DVDs and stuff.
What?
Okay. C. Red. 4. 8.
Jolly go.
14.
Jolly go. Jolly go. Jolly go. Jolly go.
Hey. No, that's not what we do at the game table.
Bye.
It is getting hot today.
Yeah.
I can't believe that it's November. Usually at the Extra Life Marathon, I am sitting in the basement of the game store. It is hot inside with a bunch of people in there, but you go outside to cool off, and it is chilly out. Okay. So Andrew and I played 4 cooperative games today. We lost them all. Every single one of them. And then he beat me in Stone Age.
You hear writing?
Yeah, I heard that that's what they were saying.
I want to find it too.
What?
I want to tell me that.
She wasn't talking about a game.
I know.
You know? Then why did you say you want to play it?
Huh.
Okay. Let's finish my food. And then I will pick another game to play. I will play Rolling Seas.
What's the highest amount of people watching that you got?
Don't worry.
Still 4.
My daddy. Daddy.
Aren't these good?
I want that. Daddy.
Awfully hot.
I don't know. I'm not.
Oh, it's still hot there.
I want it.
Okay, I'll try it. What? I'm going to play Rolling Seas. Yeah, I did. I said, how things go? Good. I think. I don't know. I'm so tired. I don't know what I said, what I didn't.
Texas boy wins first place in National Mullet Championship.
The National Mullet Championship. I only know when they have a National Skullet Championship.
You would win. You have a nice big head.
That's a perfect head, right?
Uh-huh.
I added another beard bling to my beard.
You had another one?
Another bow thing to my beard. Andrew really wanted to add something. My cousin Beth was commenting and stuff. And so I added some more beard bling for her donation that she made the other day. Oh, got somebody watching.
It's National Bittersweet Chocolate with almond stuff.
Hello, whoever tuned in. I am going to be starting Rolling Seas in a minute. I am just trying to scarf down my lunch. I didn't have enough time to make it and eat it during my break earlier. And I just got finished playing 8-Minute Empire, a solo variant that I made for it. And now that person is no longer watching.
This isn't what I thought it was.
The problem is I think there's a delay between when I see things, and I think I see it pop up immediately. But then when I say something, it's a few 30 seconds or 20 seconds or whatever
So
delay.
we could be highly offending people with our break. And not even know it.
Potentially. Okay.
Michael, why is he calling you? He's calling you.
So we are going to play Rolling Seas. This is a game I designed and I'm still working on. I've been working on some updates to it and variations. It is available on the Game Crafter, but not in its absolute latest form.
Democrats.
So here is. Okay. It is getting choppy. The stream is getting really, really slow.
All I'm doing is looking at a news. Guys, are you on YouTube?
Andrew was on Amazon. Andrew, you're not going to be able to watch your show. I'm sorry. I think it's making everything choppy. Yeah, I stopped it. As soon as I stopped it, things are a bit smoother. Yeah, it's very, very black. Okay, everything was going good until the family came home. So.
We're not on your internet.
Yeah, you are. You guys came home and you guys are all doing stuff. Let me.
They were watching
Let's see. I'm sure that this is connected to the good internet. Yeah, it says it is. Okay, I am not sure why it is so choppy and slow. I am going to try and disconnect my phone. Okay, let's see. Hopefully that is a little bit clearer. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, not sure what happened there, but I think we got it. Okay, anyway, I was saying that I am going to be playing Rolling Seas. This is a game I designed. It's a roll and write game about exploring the islands or around the seas. So we've got these maps that you can explore, sail your ship all around, encounter sea monsters and storms and currents and rocks. Build, tell a great tale of your voyages at the ports and build up a reputation as being a great traveler, great explorer. And whoever has the most reputation, the highest reputation at the end of the game is the winner. So this was my game that I played really early this morning, at 3 o'clock this morning or something like that. And this was my ledger. So I had a pretty impressive story by the end and scored 178 points. So we are going to see if I can do better than that now. I will explain how to play as I am playing. Can you see what he needs, son? Let's see. Okay. Okay. There is my map. And my ledger. Please, nice. Okay, and the way the game is set up, I am going to use the pirates. So these are a new feature of the game. They are not in the Game Crafter version. And one other big thing that is different between this version and the Game Crafter version is these smooth sailing cards. So in the Game Crafter version, the new obstacles came out onto your map anytime you rolled doubles for the direction of the wind. That was too unpredictable. So the new version has smooth sailing cards and obstacle cards. They all get shuffled together. So you create a deck of 30 cards, and you can adjust how often the obstacles come out based on how many of them are in their verse and how many smooth sailing cards. So I like to play 50-50, but you can play, 15 in this and 15 in that. That's what I like to do. But you can also do 18 and 12 or 18 and 12, or however you want to break it up. You can do 14 and 16, however you want, so that you get the rate of obstacles that you want. So first, we'll just count 15 of these out. Okay, and the rest of them can be set aside. And then we will shuffle up all our adventure cards with the obstacles. There are 5 types of obstacles with the pirates. There are pirates, sea monsters, storms, ocean currents, and rocks. So each one of them has is an obstacle that you have to deal with on your map. So it's 15 of them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And the rest of these will be set aside, but you know what? I'm going to still use them for the setup because I need 2 more for initializing my map. But let's shuffle these together. Okay, that is good. Go ahead and put these here. And then to start the game, we'll first draw 2 obstacles that I will have to draw on my map. So we've got some sea monsters. We got the Leviathan. So there's the camera. And it can't focus because of the glare. There we go. So we've got the Leviathan. And we have a storm, a thunderstorm. Okay. So the shape that they're drawn, you can rotate it or reverse it, mirror image it, but it has to be in that kind of configuration. And every card that has an obstacle on it has a row and column indicator. There we go. That tells you the row or column that it has to be placed in. It doesn't have to be placed at exactly that spot. But let's start with the Leviathan. That has to be placed in column B or row 14. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place it in, put it kind of right in the middle here. So B14. Okay.
And yeah.
And then we have the thunderstorm, which has to be in column E or row 13. So there's row 13. So let's go ahead and put it close by. So obstacles are not necessarily bad because you are an adventurer, and as you adventure through the seas, you will be scoring points for the adventures that you have. I need the dice. They were on the table last night. Here they are. Okay, good. I didn't.
Michael, can you give Pirate his bills, please? Use 2 hard-boiled eggs.
Okay, so there we go. We've got our dice, and this is for reference. And we have our turn reference card as well. So the final step to set up is I have to choose a home port. So the ports are the spaces on the map that have the hexagon-shaped white spaces. And I'm going to choose this one as my home port. Be able to set off, and if I get fortunate enough, I'll be able to encounter that Leviathan or the thunderstorm right away. So every turn starts by drawing a card. If it's smooth sailing, then you don't have to do anything. And then you roll the dice and place them on this screen, the mat here, according to their values. So 4 or 5 would go here for east. A 6 goes there. 7 or 8 goes there, and so on around the compass. And that is your options for the directions that the wind will blow. You will get to choose that if you choose to sail. So we have done on the reference sheet, we have resolved adventures, we have rolled the dice, and we now will choose one option. We can either sail, explore, or visit port. So I will start with my ship there. Okay, a little bit of a 3-year-old meltdown there. It's taken care of. I am not sure why the video is so grainy. It was coming in clear for a while there. Anyway, we'll try and deal best we can. Hopefully the audio is okay. Better than the audio here. Okay, so I cannot go to port, or I could, but I don't have any story to tell or money to buy anything, so it's not really worth it to go to port yet. But let's go ahead and we could explore, and if I explore, I'm adjacent to a piece of land, so I can explore there, and that would get me 3 gold and 1 story, or I can sail. And sailing, I can choose either an east wind, a southeast wind, or a south wind, because that's where the direction dice. Okay. So my ship has 3 movement points. If I sail in the direction that the wind is blowing, each space costs 1 movement point. If I start to sail against the wind, it's going to cost additional movement points. So that's where this compass kind of comes in handy. So if I were to choose the east wind, okay, sailing to the east would cost 1 movement point. But if I want to sail to the southeast, it would cost 2, or the northeast, it would cost 2. And if I want to sail west, when I chose an east wind, it's going to cost 5. So my ship has 3 movement points by default, but I can spend 1 provision for an additional movement point for each provision. Okay, let's see. So this is my first turn. I think I would like to explore. I could sail east, but I only have 3, 4, 5, 6 possible movement points. And so I can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get all the way over to that island. However, it's going to cost me a provision for each one of those sea monsters that I sailed. So if I did, I would end up stopping in the middle because I don't have enough movement or provisions to get all the way across. I could sail 1, 2, 3, and then a provision for there, and 4, and a provision. So that would be 6. I could sail all the way to there, You know what? I am going to do that. I'm going to sail east. And that's going to be 1, 2 storms you can sail through, but you can't stop in them. 3. Spend a provision for going through there. And 4, and spend a provision for going into there. So that's 1, 2, 3, and there's my 4th movement point for a provision. And I stop there. However, I gain 1 story point for sailing through a storm and 2 story points for each monster, sea monster space I sailed through. So that's another 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I used up all my provisions, sailed as far as I could, ended in the middle of the ocean. I have to sail next time. I'm not next to land or anything. However, I did earn myself 5 story points. So when I make it to port and tell that story, it's going to be worth more points. So that is the end of turn 1. So now we move on to turn. Oh, one thing. I did get a bonus here. That bonus, those are 2 barrels. That means I get to resupply. So my ship can hold 5 cargo. So I get to fill up to 5 cargo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that ended up being a pretty good move because I got enough story points to get that bonus. So if I already had 2 cargo, I would only fill up to 5, so I would get 3 more. You don't get 5. You just fill up your cargo hold with that resupply bonus. So on to turn 2. So we will choose a card, and that is a blood rain. It's a storm, and that can be in column L or row 5. So on my map, here's column L, and there's row 5. Let's put it up a little bit closer to this lane. We'll put it right along that shore. Okay. And then I roll the dice again. Okay, so we have a 10. Oh, we have nothing but a west wind. And a 3 for explore. Okay, that is going to make things difficult. But after you've sailed through an obstacle, it no longer counts again. So I'm not going to have to pay additional provisions to encounter the sea monster again. I'm also not going to earn any additional stories. Hang on. I am going to pause it because it is very, very, very grainy. Let me see what I can do. Okay, let's see if that stays better and how long it stays better for. There we go. Okay, so where was I? West Wind. I don't have to pay anything to go sail back through those. I also don't earn any additional story points if I want to. And let's go ahead and do that, except I'm going to sail one to the northwest first. So that's going to cost me 2 movement points instead of 1, because I'm sailing just a little bit off the wind. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's do that again and sail up into this little nook. 5, 6. And I will stop there. So that cost me 6 movement points. I have 3. So 4, 5, 6. Okay. And I earned 1 story point for sailing through that storm. Okay. And that was the west wind. You can just mark the turns off with an X or whatever, but I like putting what I did on that turn, what direction I sailed, or if I explored or went to port. So anyway, that is it for turn 2. We'll move on to turn 3. And we've got pirates. Okay, so pirates are a little bit different. They appear in one of the 4 quadrants of the map. This one in the northwest quadrant. And they have to be adjacent to land. Pirates, if you don't defeat them at the end of the game, they are worth -5 reputation points. However, if you defeat them, you'll gain 3 gold and 2 story, but it's pretty expensive to defeat them. You have to end your move. You have to sail and stop in their space. So you can't sail through them. You have to stop there. And you have to spend 3 provisions. And if you can do that, then you earn 3 gold and 2 story. So they're pretty valuable to defeat if you can get to them. And if you can defeat them, they don't hurt a whole lot if you leave them. But 5 points could be the difference between winning and losing. So this pirate has to be in the northwest quadrant. Adjacent to land somewhere. I can put him wherever I want as long as he is adjacent to land in this northwest quadrant. So we're going to go ahead. I want to put him someplace where he is going to be in the way, but I also don't want to put him any place where he's going to be out of the way to defeat. So let's put him right here. Next to that island, next to that. Okay, and now we get to roll the dice and see what we get to do. So we have a north or a northwest wind, and explore is an explorer 6, which gives us 3 story points. So I think I am going to take that. I'm going to explore. And to explore, you simply make an X in a spot that is adjacent to you. You can't explore that spot again. And then you look on here, the 6, and what your benefit is. And in this case, a 6 is 3 story points. I'll go 1, 2, 3, and that earns me a gold. So that's what that little bonus there means. Okay, so now I get to move on to turn 4. You know what? I just remembered I've got to share this in the auction page. Let's see. Let me see if I can do that real quick. Keep getting notifications that people are bidding on things in the auction, so that is awesome. Go ahead and visit the auction page, charityauction.bid/2020 extra life -GJJ games. There are 270 items, and I got more shipped today from Branham Games. So we got a copy of Battle Gnomes and a whole bunch of copies of house monsters. So they sent a bunch of the house monsters decks. I think 6 of them, 6 or 7 of them. So those just arrived today, and so I'll be entering them into the auction either tonight, probably tomorrow. So depends on how dead on my feet I am after this, and I'm pretty close to dead on my feet already. Okay, where were we? We're ready to start turn 4. So we'll go ahead and flip over a card. These are rocks. So in a multiplayer game, you would pass your map to either the left or right, as shown on the map or on the card, and then your opponent would draw the rocks in either the row or column that is shown here. However, in a solo game, you keep your map, and you have to put it in as close to that coordinate as possible. So in this case, it is K8 that I have to place it in. So there's K and 8. So it has to touch that spot. If I couldn't put it in that spot because I had either sailed through it or there was something else there or an island there, then I would look at where there's a little anchor icon next to either the row or the column, and I would have to put it in that column as close to the coordinates as shown. So this rock is in K8 and then is one space in either direction. So I can put the other rock in any one of those spots. So I think I want to kind of keep it out of the way. I will put it up here. I'll choose that spot. Okay, so let's go ahead and erase those dots that I put. Okay. Okay, now we roll the dice. Okay, we've got a 9, a 3, and a 5, and a 2 for Explorer. So Explorer 2 would give me a provision, a gold, and 2 story. And I need to decide where I want to, if I want to sail or what I want to do. Get rid of this glare on here. I'm trying to figure out which light it is. Julie, could you try and turn that light off? I think that one is causing some glare on stuff. There's a switch on the base of the bulb. Yep. Yeah, that did it. So that got rid of the glare. So still a grainy video, but at least there's no glare. Okay, so I think I want to explore because the wind is not blowing. Well, northeast wind wouldn't be too bad. I could go northeast. I have 3, 4, 5 movement possible. So that could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would end me up in the middle of the ocean. Or I could just do 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3 and end there with a northeast wind. And that way I can still explore. I'm still adjacent to land. I'm not too far from that thing. And I can decide next turn. I've got a few options. I can go northwest. I can go northeast, east. So I've got a few options for the next turn. So turn 5, smooth sailing. So I don't have to add anything to my map. Big exploration stories for exploring. Okay. So I got a north wind or a southwest wind or an explorer. You know what? I am going to go ahead and take that explorer for 3 story points. 1, 2, 3. And I got to the star bonus down here. That means I get to earn an extra point at the end of the game. And I got to mark off the spot that I explored. Okay, we are on turn 6. More rocks at M1. So that can be placed there. And then they're down 1 and over 2. So I place it there, or there, or there, or there. Let's put it here. That's kind of out of the way. Okay, and now let's roll the dice. 10, 6, 8, and a 4 for explore. I can't explore. Let's hoping for something a little bit in a more northerly direction. Well, we can try and sail back across over to that. Unless we want to sail through the storm. Yeah, why don't we do that? That'll add some points and we'll end up over here somewhere. We got to sail around to get to these ports, but let's do that. I have 3, 4, 5 movement points. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go all the way down. And that uses 3, 4, 5, but I sailed through 2 storms, so that's 2 more story points. And now that symbol there means I get a free movement in one space in any direction. It doesn't cost any movement points, and I can do it either before or after sailing. Okay, so that could help me maneuver and get around. So turn 6 was southeast. And we're moving on to turn 7. We have a sea monster at P or 11. Let's see. We'll go ahead. We'll keep adding our monsters over here. There we go. Let's do that. Put it there and up to here. That's pretty good. Okay, and now we get to roll the dice. Okay, 5, 11, 5, and a 5. Okay, so that can get me 3 gold and a story if I explore. You know what? When you go to port, if you can use your gold to upgrade your ship and to resupply, so that's a pretty good one for gold. I'm going to go ahead and take that. That's explore. That's 1, 2, 3 gold and 1 story. So I'll go ahead and mark those. And that also gets me another bonus movement. 1 space in any direction because I filled up that row of gold. I did not get any provisions though, which means I am not going to be sailing very fast. We got smooth sailing. Forgot to mark turn 7. Explore. Okay. 6, a 2, a 9, and a 5 up here. Okay. Well, if I choose southeast, that's 1, 2, and I can't go 3, 4. If I choose southwest, it's pretty much the same issue going this way. If I choose north, it's the same issue going that way. I locked myself in without getting any movement. So we're just going to sail 1, 2, and call it a day. So that's a southeast sail. I need to get to a port and start telling my story. Okay. Another smooth sailing. Okay. 7, a 7, a 12, and a 5 on the Explorer. Lots of 5s there, but I need some provisions. But the wind is definitely not helping me, so I'm going to go ahead and explore and get the 1, 2, 3 gold and 1 story. Okay. And that's another explore in turn 9. I need a favorable wind. More smooth sailing. Yes, I know. It's not sending me any. Okay, there's a 7, an 11, and a 12. Okay, of course, a west wind after I kind of already committed to sailing east. That figures. 5 for explore, but I am not adjacent to an unexplored spot. I could move around 1 more spot. Or I can move 3 to the west, which isn't going to get me anywhere, so I will sail through, use 3 movement points to go 1 more spot. Taking a south wind. Okay. Come on, wind, blow. J2 for the Kraken. So J, we're 2. Let's put it down here. I am confident that at some point, things are going to pick up for me. And when they do, I need to be able to rack up some points quickly. Okay, that's 1, 11, 1, 11. I've been getting a lot of doubles. And again, not in the direction I need. But if I explore there, it'll at least get me 2 provisions, which will give me a little more flexibility. So I will explore. Let's explore on turn 11, and that is a 1 that gets me 2 provisions. 2 provisions, 2 more gold, which gets me a bonus story point. And then 1 story from exploring, which gets me a bonus gold. So that was a nice 1-2 combination there. Okay, turn 12. Smooth sailing. Okay, there's the big story points for exploring. And 9. Well, finally, a wind that might help a little bit, a northeast wind. So I need to sail east first. So there's 1, 2, 3. Let's just stop there. Didn't get me far, but it got me a little ways. Okay, so that was a northeast. I didn't use any provisions because I used my 3 base movement. No obstacles. There we go. 5 and 12. So if I choose that northwest, I can sail 1, 2, that'd be 3, 4, 5. That would use all my provisions, but it would get me next to a port. So I'm going to do that. Northwest wind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to end. So there's 3, 4, 5 to end right next to a port. Okay. Another smooth sailing. Let's see. I'm sorry that the video is so grainy. Why? I have anything open on this computer?
That makes a difference.
What?
Shut down the
I don't know. I'll see. Not yet, but it is delayed. Okay. I just drew a smooth sailing card, and now I have to roll the dice. All right. So it doesn't matter. I'm tired. 10, 3. I didn't draw a smooth sailing card. I got rocks. I can count. I can figure out if I did. So we're in turn 14. So there's the 2 starting cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I did draw smooth sailing. Okay. And I am going to go to port. Finally made it to a port. So when you go to port, you tell your story. So my story is worth 18 points, 18 reputation points right now. It's an 18-point story. So I will put 18 there. And then, because I told my story in a port, it becomes part of my story. And then I fill in that port showing that I've visited it. I can't tell my story there again. What?
What's your story?
Morning Glory.
Tell stories, baby.
Okay. And now that I have stopped at port and told my story, now I have the option to upgrade my ship. So I can go from the base ship up to this ship, and that costs 4 gold. So I will mark off that I earned that, purchase that ship, and clear off 4 gold. And then I have the option to resupply. So when you resupply, you can spend 1 gold. That's what I'm going to spend to fill up your cargo hold. So my cargo hold holds 7. I don't have any in there right now, so I get all 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So made my gold go a long way. If I already had 4 and I wanted to resupply, I'd spend a gold and get 3 provisions. So it kind of pays to enter into port on empty, as long as you have the gold to pay to resupply. But sometimes you won't. But that's it for turn 14. So I went to port. Okay, and now turn 15 is going to be those rocks, the fangs. So they are in I-8. So I and 8. So I can go ahead and put them there. And then they are skip 2 and go. I can't put it there because I've already been there and I know there's no rocks there. I could skip 2 and put it here. I could skip 2 and put it here, or I could skip 2 and put it there. I think I'm going to skip 2 and put it here. Right next to those other rocks. Okay, hopefully that doesn't get in the way when I am trying to sail around with no wind later. Okay. Oh, look at that. That kind of works. A northwest or northeast wind. And I have a lot of provisions, so I'm going to take that and go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to stop right there. So I didn't have to use any of my provisions to get there because my new ship has 4 movement. And that was a northeast wind. And now I can tell my story again. Get more points. I didn't gain any real additional points, just 1 from telling my story at the last port. But I'm going to lock in those reputation points. Okay, I've got a sea serpent at J and 8. So there is already somebody there, but I can put it anywhere in column J or row 8. You know what? Things are starting to look up. Let's put it over here. So that is row 8, and I'm going to put it like that. I know I'm going to be leaving here with plenty of provisions. And I'm going to be able to rack up a bunch of points hitting that sea serpent. Okay. I could roll the dice. They aren't really going to matter for me right now because, well, I guess they might if I decide to explore before I go to port. So the Explorer is 2. That gets me a provision of gold and 2-story. You know what? I think I think I will do that. I think I will explore over here instead of going to port right now. And that's probably going to come bite me in the end because I'm probably going to be one turn away from doing what I want to do. But that is going to earn me 1 provision, 1 gold, and 2 story points. So 1, 2. Now, my ship only holds 7. So remember, when you resupply, you just fill up to what you have. But when you explore, you always earn your provisions. But then you look at how many your ship can hold. My ship can only hold 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8, which means I have to dump because it can only hold 7. But you always earn provisions from exploring, even if you can't keep something. Okay. So that was turn 16. So now we're going to go into turn 17. And it's smooth sailing. Now I have to either sail, which I don't want to. I want to visit that port since I'm there. But we'll roll the dice anyway. In a multiplayer game, different people might be in different places and have different places to go. Those don't matter. I am going to go to port again. Okay, when I go to port, I'm going to tell my story. It's a 21-point story now. And then telling my story becomes part of my story, which is going to get me a resupply. Unfortunately, that doesn't do anything for me since I am already full at 7. But yeah, it's the thought that counts. So after I tell my story, then I can buy a new ship, upgrade my ship, which I'm going to do. It's going to cost 5 gold. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guys, don't let the door slam, please.
Stop slamming that.
Okay. And now I have a ship that has 5 speed and 10 cargo hold. So I will spend 1 gold, because I have it, to fill up that cargo hold. Even though I have 7, I'm only going to get 3 this time. But it's worth it to have all that those provisions when I am going to face a sea serpent. What's wrong, pirate? It's okay, P-Brain. Yes, we call him P-Brain, affectionately. It's a compliment. Okay, on to turn 18. Pirate, you're okay. His full name is Pirate Oberon the Wookiee King. Michael was 3 when he named him, so that is the name that a 3-year-old chooses when he can't choose which name is the coolest. He just names him all of them. Okay, shift. Okay, so now we are adding the Fisherman's Doom to the map. So on D12, there, and it's got to be right next to it. I'm going to put it down, going down. That looks like it won't really be in the way much. Although with my luck, I'll be sitting here and have to sail southwest. But we'll see. Okay, now let's roll the dice. Let's hope for maybe a northwest wind. And look at that, we got a northwest wind. Yay, that was just what I was hoping for. Wind is blowing my way now. Okay, so we are going to sail northwest. So we're going to do 1, 2, to get north, and then 3, 4 to get there, and that's going to take 3 provisions, because you have to spend a provision to encounter a sea monster. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. That's going to be 3 to get down to there, so that's 7, 8, 9, and another provision. And I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 8, 9, 10. And I could stop there. I don't have enough to get to that port, but I have this free movement, and I'm going to use that to get to this port. And that was a pretty awesome move. It used 10 of my movement. I already crossed off the provisions I needed to get there. So that's 5 and another 5. So 5 movement, another 5 for provisions, and 4 for the sea monsters. And I had 10 to start, so I have 1 provision left. Not too shabby. And I scored 2, 4, 6, 8 story points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was a huge turn, and that earned me a gold and a story. Let me go check and see if he needs some help. He's an old dog. He has trouble standing. And apparently so do I after sitting in that chair for hours. There you go. Okay. There you go. Okay. Okay. You're not doing it right? Not till 5 o'clock. Oh, okay. Whew. Hello, Macy Hansen. So thank you for tuning in. Going pretty good. It's been a long night. So, that is Macy Hansen from Lurie's Children's Hospital. Said hi. Okay. Very cool. Okay. Anyway, back to the game. Let's see. I just got an email. I showed Caverna Cave versus Cave earlier today, and Victory Conditions just sent out their newsletter with information about me being the winner. It says, and the random has truly picked an interesting man this time. His name is George, and he's from Illinois. Thank you. His life is very connected to board games, whether as a designer or as a charity organizer. So you can read the full interview below, together with information on how to help him and his charity stream. It's worth a read. So that's kind of cool. They're sharing out this stream, and they are sharing out about the auction and the fundraising. So that is pretty cool. Thank you, Victory Conditions. Appreciate the shout out. So hopefully some people will maybe tune in or join the auction and maybe bid on some games or just send a donation directly to Extra Life. That would be awesome. Okay. Okay, let's get back to the game at hand. Okay. So where was I? And we just added that and now sailed 8 points through there. So that was a huge turn. So we are on turn 19. Smooth sailing. That's pretty good. And we'll roll the dice. 5, 7, 5 there, and another 5. Okay. Let's see. I wanted to stop at port again. So we'll hit a P. As we get close to the end of the game, it's important to realize that at the end of the game, you will get 5 points if you end on turn 25 if you end at a port, and 10 points if you end turn 25 at your home port. So over here where I started out. And it's also important to remember that I've got some pirates that I threw over here that I thought I might be able to get to, and I ended up with the wind and everything being not what I wanted, way away from those pirates. So that's going to lose me 5 points if I can't make it over there. Fortunately, I have the best ship with a big cargo hold. That enables me to sail pretty quickly across the map at this point. But we'll see. Okay, so we have, I was going to go to port. So tell my story here. My story is worth now 30 points. And then another story point for telling my story. I don't have a ship to upgrade, which is fine because I'm starting to run low on gold. But I will spend a gold to resupply. So I already have 1. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I finished up this row. So I get a bonus story point. Now I'm up to a 32-point story. Okay. And that was going to port on turn 19. So let's see, turn 20. There we go. There's some currents, the crossways current. So in column M or row 10. So row 10 is a little bit out of the way, but column M could work for me. Let's see. I could put them. Currents have arrows in them, and they're going to push you in the direction of those arrows without costing any movement. Unfortunately, because of where I put those rocks, let's see, I can put them here and here. It's not going to push me exactly the way I had been hoping. Actually, let's do this. Just has to be in row M. So let's put it here. There's my column M, and we're going to put it right here. Okay. And when I'm doing the dry erase pens instead of colored pencils or just black and white, I like doing the arrows in red so that they show up. So when I hit that current, it's going to blow me to here and then blow me to there. It's going to blow me right into that storm, which is going to earn me a point, but I do have to sail out of that storm. I can't end there. So if I don't have the provisions, I wouldn't be able to do that. But I am stock full of provisions. I've got plenty of movement. This is my first move would be to that. So I've got plenty. So that'll be good. Okay. Yes, Andrew. Mm-hmm. You got a cupcake for me? Oh, when I am done with this game, I am going to go eat a cupcake. That sounds yummy. Oh, somebody else is tuned in. Thank you for tuning in. I know the screen is a bit blurry and grainy. I'm not quite sure why. It was clear all night. I think it's just maybe slow down on the internet during the day. No, it's pixelated. It's not smudges. Okay, so I've got a north wind, which is gonna be okay. It's not exactly where I wanted to go, but I can get a lot of points going through the storm, and then eventually, maybe on my next turn, I can sail west and come over and take care of that pirate. I am starting to run close to being out of turn, so we'll head north. I don't really need to explore. I can't explore where I'm at, so let's sail. There's one, and it's going to blow me to here. 2, 3. Let's just go 4, 5, so that I'm not ending anywhere. And I didn't spend any provisions. And I scored 1 point for hitting 2 currents. 3, 4, 5 points for going through that storm. Hitting the current and doing the storm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, if I would have looked at this, I'm going to get a resupply. So maybe instead of 4, 5, I would go 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That would be 14 to there. I have 2 free movements, so that is going to get me 1, 2. There we go with those 2 free movements. I did it. I managed to score 5 story points. I used 14 of my movement points. So that's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of my provisions. Okay, and I made it all the way over there, and now maybe I could take care of that pirate before the end of the game. Yeah, that worked out pretty well, especially since now I got those bonus. I got a bonus resupply. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pretty cool, and that earned me 2 bonus points at the end of the game. Okay. Escape room escapades. So awesome, you're back. Thanks for joining in again. Okay. Let's see. We are on turn 21. Smooth sailing. So don't have to add anything else to the map. And we get a 1, a south wind, and a north wind. So I can choose south or north. Let's see. I have a full thing. Let's see. Can I get to those pirates? So there's 1, 2, 3. This is where the compass calculator comes in. If I choose south, so I would be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'd have to spend 3 provisions to defeat the pirate. And so I have that. There's the 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Barely made it, but I made it. Okay. And I defeated that pirate. And when you defeat a pirate, you get 3 gold. 1, 2, 3. And was it 2 story and 2 story? So 1, 2, which is pretty awesome. It gives me 2 bonus movements and another bonus story. Brings me up to 40 story points. pretty awesome. That was good heading over there to defeat that pirate. It was costly, and now I'm away from a bunch of other things that could potentially use to be scoring points, but I am by a couple of ports that I need to tell stories at. If I can, I'm starting to run out of time. So that was a south. That was turn 21. So now we are in turn 22. Smooth sailing. Let's see. 10, 11, that's a west wind or an east wind or a 1 for exploring. Okay. I only have 6 movement points. So if I choose an east wind, could just go here and tell my story at that. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. Only use 1 save point. So, okay, next one. Okay, we've got sirens at R5. So there's R. So that's way out of the way. And 5. I could. Let's put the sirens here. I might be able to hit them and score some points, but they're not too much in the way in case I can't. Okay, and I would roll the dice to see what happens. Maybe I'll get an explorer that I really want, but doesn't look like it. That would give me 4 provisions and 2 gold. I've got plenty of gold. That doesn't get me up to a bonus point, and at this, and I don't need the provisions because I am about to resupply when I tell my story at this port. So I'll tell my story there. It is worth 40 points. That is pretty good, and I'll get a point for telling my story there. Okay, and then I will spend a provision to resupply. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, if I can get another provision, I'm going to get 2 bonus story points. That might be worth it. Okay. I went to port on turn 23. So let's see what I can do on turn 24 to sail and end at a port. So on turn 25, I can tell my story again. Don't think I'm going to be able to make it down to my home port for the 10-point bonus, but I should be able to make it to this port and maybe even sail through the sirens there. Get some points. H9 for a storm. Oh, there's H and 9. H or 9. Yeah, let's put it here. Give me some options. Okay. Okay, let's see. How doth that wind blow? 11, 3, that's not bad, and 10. So west or northeast? I think I can make a northeast work. Northeast wind work. I do have 1, 2 bonus movements I can use. I've got 10 provisions and 5 base movement points. So 15 and 2 free spots. So let's see. If I choose that northeast wind, I'm going to do some big calculating here. See how much of this stuff I can hit. Okay. So that to head south, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to get there. I have 14 now because I'm going to have to spend 11, 12, 12, 13. No. 12, 13, and a second one. And then my 2 bonus movements, 1 and 2, to push me boom and boom. Okay, so that was 13, and then I have to spend another one to hit there. So 13, so 5 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I'm 1 short. I spent 1, 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. How did I do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 2 free moves. What if I use a free move at the beginning? So then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and there. That will do it. And 1 free move. And that's 13, and that brings me in on fumes. Right? Oh. No, that's 5 and 7, 12. So no, I can't do that. I'm going to have to go here and here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 instead of, that would be a 3 or free, and instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that I would be able to do. I'm not going to be able to hit. I'm not going to be able to hit this part. Okay, let's see. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 story points. And I did, going that way, save 1 provision. So what did I say? 7 story points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 story points. Gets me a gold. And I do end up with another free movement, but I'm not going to need it because I sailed northeast. And I am at a port that I'm going to tell my story in on the last turn. Smooth sailing, doesn't matter. Okay, so we got 4, 7, 6, that doesn't matter. 5 for Explorer, that doesn't matter because I am going to port one final time. So go to port. I have a 48-point story, which gets me another one there. And I will spend a gold to resupply. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that gets me 2 more bonus story points. 1, 2. And that is the end of the 25th round. So now we just add in some final scoring. So we go through. I did not tell my story 8 times, so I don't get 20 bonus points for that. I do get to tell a final story. Everybody gets to tell one final story before the end of the game. And so my final story is worth 51 points. Pretty awesome. I think that's the highest I've ever had for a story. I did defeat the pirates, so I don't have any negative points for pirates. And then bonus, I did get a 5-point bonus for ending at a port. Plus, every star I reached is another point. So I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 points in bonuses. And so we will add up the total. Let's see. I am too tired to do this in my head, so I've got my calculator. 18 plus 21 plus 30 plus 40 plus 48. This might be a record high. Plus 51 plus 15 bonus. 223. Wow, I nailed it. Wow, I thought I did good last night with 178. So there was my map from last night. Let's see, make sure I'm putting them next to each other. There we go. That was my map and ledger from today and my map and ledger from last night. So last night I got up to a 45-point story, which I thought was awesome. Today I got up to 51. I did get a 19-point bonus yesterday as opposed to 15 today, but total speaks for itself. I told my story 5 times instead of just 4 last night, and managed a score of 178 last night and 223 tonight. Was that 45 points better? Something like that. Ooh, that was pretty awesome. I got more provisions last night. Didn't quite get to that 3-point bonus. And I got 1 more gold today than I did last night. But anyway, that is Rolling Seas. If you're interested, there's a version on the Game Crafter. It doesn't have the smooth sailing. It's got or the pirates in it. It's a little bit different. But it does come in this gorgeous box. So you can get it in that box. I will possibly be updating it on the Game Crafter soon. But I'm hoping to have other news about it soon too. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'll be updating it on the Game Crafter or not. Okay. Anyway, that is Rolling Seas. What time is it? It is 3:03. I think it is time for another marble race. Okay, let me go make sure things are ready for it. Oh. Bucket of marbles here. Ready to go? Okay. Turn the light on over here. Turn that down a bit. Okay. Okay. Hold on. It's tangled up in this chair. Okay, there we go. Okay, got the marbles. Ready to go. Okay, there they are. Some good light on. There you can see them pretty good. Those are our 10 marbles. we have done 7 races. So I will do one now. And then in my 5:30 to 7 o'clock stream, I will do the last 2 races. So on your marks, get set, go! Here we go. They're off. They are running down the track. Okay, here they come. Let's see who is in the lead. It looks like, oh, it's a race to the finish. And Cheerful has another win to blast everybody out of the water. I don't know that anybody can come back from Cheerful's wins. So, was that one stuck?
Yeah.
Okay, Andrew knocked it loose. Okay, so take a look at that. Let's set the camera down. Okay, that was Neptune that was stuck. Okay, here we go. There we go. Okay, so who do we have points for? So, see, leave them alone. Don't touch them. Some more lights. Okay, so Cheerful. Nice. Cheerful gets another win for another 20 points. Holy cow. Okay. Escape Room Escapades. That I know that was your favorite. Watch out, you're blocking the camera. Okay, Thin Mint has 15. Chocolate Banana has 10. Hornet has 5. And Lava has 2. And then Funfetti, Emerald, Pinky, and what is that? Is that Sir Squiggles? Each got 1 point, and Neptune got 0. Okay. So with only 2 races to go, Cheerful has got 101 points, and I don't think, even if it got zeros, I don't think anybody could even come close. So let's load them back up and ready to go for their last 2 races. Okay. Let's see. Now, what am I going to play? It is 3:07. I have 2 hours. No, not doing that one right now, kiddo. Okay. Oh, let's see. Okay, let's maybe get things put away a bit. It's cleaned up. Okay. Okay. Keep the pirates out separate. Okay. Okay, I got those sorted. way back in here. Okay. Punch card. Movement costs. Okay. There we go. Okay, let's see. What are we gonna do now? How about show off another game that I've been working on designing called Polyhedral Prowess. Whoops. I have been designing a series of games that use polyhedral dice. Use a full set of polyhedral dice. And the first one I have uses only polyhedral dice. Let's see. I need some water. Would you do me a favor and fill me back up? Thank you. So this is a game that can be a solo game or a multiplayer game. Let's see, how is this best going to be angled with the camera? This is the weirdest dice tray ever. I found these things. There were 3 of them, and they were nesting. 3 nesting boxes, so they got smaller and smaller. This was the biggest one at Goodwill. I have no idea what they were for. They are not square on any angle. So even this one that is close, that is not a right angle. So I have no idea what anybody would have used this for, but I put a nice padding in the bottom, and I use it as a dice tray because it doesn't matter what shape your dice tray is in, and it spurs some conversation. So anyway, what, Andrew? Pirate sitting on the racetrack? Oh, he is? I don't know. Thank you. So the way polyhedral prowess works is you are in a dungeon and trying to break out. So you start with a your percentage die, D10, D100, you want to call it percentage die, and that is the level that you are at. And you are trying to escape, trying to break out without failing, without dying. So it will start by rolling a D4. Okay, and of course I rolled a 4. So 4, that is, let's see, come down closer on this one. Doesn't take up much room. Let's see. There we go. Look at that. We can see things. Okay, and we'll keep this here at level 0. You see that in the screen? Sort of. Okay, so the D4, that is my first monster that I have to defeat. I can use any of my other dice to try and beat a 4. That's the strength of the monster at this level. So I'm going to use my, let's use the 8. 6, I might not beat it. And I defeated it with a 6. So easy enough. That was a 6, and now I increase from level 0 to level 1, or level 10. And now I have to beat a 6 with the dice that I have. Let's see, what can I beat a 6 with? I'm gonna go straight up. I'm gonna use my D12 and hope that I can get higher than a 6. And I did. That's an 8. So now I am advancing to level 20. And I now have to beat an 8. What do I want to try and beat an 8 with? You know what? I am going to try and beat an 8 with my 10. Probably not going to do it, but we'll see. And I didn't. I've got a 1. Let's try and add my D8 to that. And that's a 6. I'm up to 7. We'll roll the D4. Just need a 2 on it to beat an 8. And I got a 4. Bumped it. So that is a total of 11. That is, I get to move up to level 30. And now these dice are my next monster that I have to defeat. I have to defeat an 11. However, I now only have these dice to do it with. My D6, my D12, and my D20 to beat an 11. So let's go to the D20. I got a 4. Oops. That is not good. I could back down right now if I wanted to and only have to beat a 4. Or I could maybe try and get a 7 on my D, or actually it would have to be an 8 on my D12. I'm going to back down, I think. So when you back down, oh, that's going to send me right back to level 0. You go to a level that is less than what you're currently at and adjacent to what you are. So adjacent to the 30 on this die is a 70 and a 50 and an 80 and double zeros. And the only one that's lower than the 30 is the double zeros. So if I back down now, I am left with a 4. But you know what? I am going to do that because at least I'm not dead. And so I'm back to level 0 with a 4. But that's a 4 on my D20. I can probably beat it. Let's try with my 6, D6. Oh, it's a tie. I do have to beat it. So let's add in the D. Go. So that's a 7 now. I get that back. And now I've got to beat a 7. I'm at level 1, level 10. And if you defeat level 9 or 90, you bust out. So if you wrap it back around to double zeros, you escape. If not, you lose. So let's see. And different dice have different patterns of numbers on them. So depending on the dice, it could be easier or harder, depending on the specific layout of the die. Okay, so I need to beat a 7. Let's try on the D12. Oh, I got a 1. That's not good. Throw in my D10. Oh, 5. So I'm up to 6. I can throw the D8 in there. And I got a 4. So I got a 10. That beats my 7, but it used a lot of dice. Not happy about that. Okay, now I need to beat a 10. Oh, the only way I can do it on my smaller dice here. The only way I can do it on my smaller dice is by getting a 6 and a 4 on a D6 and a D4. So I'm going to go with my D20. Oh, and that is not what I needed. A 1. Okay, I have to be able to do this, or I can back down. If I back down, I am dead because there's nothing lower than the 10 next to the 10. So I have to fight it and hope I get lucky. And I did not. So I perished. So that's how the solo version of this works. Um, I perished. I did not make it. The way the multiplayer version works is it's still a push your luck. However, you score points, and you score points based on the level that you succeeded at. Or if you fail at a level, you don't come out with any points. So if I succeed at level 20, so I succeed at level 20 and fought a 13 strength monster, or let's say an 8 strength monster. Then I would earn 28 points. Or I could proceed to level, let's say I beat it with an 11. So I can either take the 28 points, or I can proceed to level 30 against an 11-point monster. And if I succeed, then I could score the 31 points instead of the 28. But if I fail, I lose everything. So it's a push your luck game for multiplayer, and you choose a number that you're going to play to, usually 150 or 200, or depending on how long you want to go. And whoever gets to that amount first is the winner. So that's polyhedral prowess. I've got to clean up the rules for it, but I think it will be available for purchase on the Game Crafter and possibly in store at the Gaming Goose at some point. They have dice sets in vials and like a what do you call it? Test tube with a cork on top. So they're selling the dice in those, and we're going to have potentially have a link to the rules and stuff. So if you have a set of dice, you'll have a game that you can play. I'm also working on 2 other dice games that use a polyhedral set, but they are a little bit more complicated. One is a roll and write, and I'm trying to work on getting it onto a card, like maybe a tarot-sized card that you could work on, or maybe like a score sheet, one of the smaller pads from the Game Crafter, and have your scores on there. It's called Polyhedral Potions. It's about combining dice to mix potions. So each die represents a different type of potion, and you got to mix them to create things and stuff. So it's a roll and write. You're looking for different values on them and stuff. So that one is still a work in progress. Anyway, that is polyhedral prowess and polyhedral potions coming up, and I'm so tired. There was a third one I was working on too, and I cannot remember. Let's see. I have the rules in a Google Docs. Let's see if I can find. Let's see. Docs.google.com. I am not Seeing it. Man, those are old. Recent documents. Where is it? These look like the boys' stuff, not even mine. There, those are, because I have it filtered by documents not owned by me. See, owned by me. There we go. Those polyhedral pressure is the other one. I am so tired. Dice drafting. That's right. That's right. It uses decks of cards that are numbered 1 through 20. Each player gets one. And then there's a common deck of 21 through 42s, and you're trying to make combinations with your dice that you're drafting from the pool. Up to 3 dice, you can draft 1 to 3 dice to try and match one of the cards in your hand, the value on it, or one of the cards in the common pile to score points and go back and forth. So anyway, that's another polyhedral dice game. It's going to need a couple of decks of cards and a couple of point tokens for it. So a little bit more complex than the other two. But I'm also trying to think of a way to reuse those same cards for an area control type game using the same cards. So you can get a deck of cards and a set of polyhedral dice and play several different games with them. So, but we'll see. We'll see what it turns into. Okay, where am I at? Let's see. I think it's time to pick another game. I've got about an hour and a half before I take my next break. So let's see. I've got more people signing up for the auction. That's awesome. Who signed up now? Michael from DeKalb, so another local person. That is good. Nothing else coming in. Okay. Okay, let's see. What else do I have that I can play? What do we have over here that I can play? Maybe a cool solo variant instead of the actual game. Dice of Crowns. That's another sponsor of ours. That's Thing 12 Games. Where's it? Thing 1 and 2 games. I'm not sure. I think it's Thing 12. But yeah, they're a sponsor of ours. They sent us four games for the auction. And I have a solo variant of that I can show off. I also have a solo variant of Patchwork that is kind of cool. So we'll see about that. And let's see. I do have a solo variant of Tiny Epic Kingdoms that I wrote. Let's see. Rules in here. Oh, yeah, but you know what? A lot of the components are in the expansion box, too. So what we do. I've got a solo variant of Quirkle that is pretty cool. Let me see. Maybe I can show off some. So I like creating solo variants of games. So games that play quickly or small. Those are my. I really enjoy those because I can take them places. Take them camping or something like that. So let's start out with Dice of Crowns. So this is a fun, quick little game. It's supposed to be multiplayer. I wrote a solo variant for it. Let's see. That'll show up there. So the way the game typically works is a group of players takes turn rolling these dice. And you are trying to get crowns. And any crowns you roll, you can keep. Any skulls that you roll, let's see. Trying to remember exactly how to play it. I am tired, and it's been a little while since I last played. You may re-roll skulls, but enough skulls can get you stuff, but you really want the crowns. So if you have 5 skulls, you'll earn a crown token, one of the gold tokens. So you need a lot of those. With the crowns, you only need 3 of them. And you cannot re-roll crowns. So once you roll a crown, it's locked in. Also, once you re-roll a dagger, it's locked in. And your turn ends when you either get 3 crowns or 3 daggers. And if you get them both at the same time, the daggers supersede the crowns. So if you get 3 daggers, you're stabbed in the back. You get betrayed, and you can't earn any tokens. If you get the 3 crowns, you'll earn one of these. And the game usually goes until somebody gets 5 of these crown tokens. And then you can play, and I like playing this way. Whoever gets 5 earns the crown, and they have to have the crown at the beginning of their next turn. Somebody else can steal the crown by getting 5 or more tokens. So if I got this because I rolled 5, I've earned 5 of these, and then the next player earns their 5th, they'll steal the crown. And then the next player earns the 5th, they'll steal the crown. Then it comes back around to me eventually, and I earn my 6th, I'll get the crown back. And then the person next does not get their 6th, and the next person does not get their 6th. And then it comes back to me, and I still have the crown, I win. So that's a fun little variant. You don't have to do it that way. You can do first person to get the crown wins. But anyway, I digress. The really cool thing about this game are the scrolls. So when you roll a scroll, you have to give the scroll to your rivals, to other players. You can give them to 2 different players. You can give them both to the same player, whatever you want. And then they roll the scrolls. Scrolls and skulls go back to you. If they roll a crown, they get to keep it themselves. If they roll a dagger, they can give it to any other player. And they can give it back to you. They can give it to somebody else. If they give it to somebody else, then that other player starts their turn with a dagger. If they give it to you, it just adds on a dagger to your rolls. So the scrolls are really cool. They add some really awesome interaction to a cute, quick little dice game. There's also Dice of Pirates, which my friend Tom has, but I haven't had a chance to play it. It's similar. It has a few other twists and stuff. But Dice of Crowns, I really enjoy playing, like with my Cub Scouts. It's all waterproof. Even the rules are water and tear proof, or resistant, I should say. I'm sure you could probably tear if you really tried. But it's a special paper that holds up really well. I've had this out in rainstorms and stuff with Cub Scouts, and it really holds up. It says it's for 1 to 5 players, I believe. 2 to 6. Not 1. 2 to 6 players. But I've played it with as many as 10, and it gets a little bit funky, and there's a little bit more downtime with 10. But you know what? 10 Cub Scouts, 9 Cub Scouts and me, really had a blast. It was still a lot of fun. So, my solo variant. So here is the rules for my solo variant. So the old king is dead, and his crown must be yours. You are his only heir, of course. However, there are political rumblings about the palace. Rumor has it that the king's brother, your uncle Varric, desires the throne. Take fate into your own hands. Each treacherous step will be a roll of the dice. So I'll just kind of read through this. On each turn, you'll start by rolling the available dice. On your first turn, this will be all 7, but throughout the game, your dastardly Uncle Varric may have some locked in crown dice that you won't be able to roll. So on your roll, there are 4 possible symbols: scrolls, crowns, skulls, and daggers. Scrolls get passed to Uncle Varric. These will be re-rolled and resolved after daggers are distributed. See below. I'll talk about that. But before other dice can end the turn, there are crowns. You get to keep these, gain 3 of them, and you'll earn a crown token and end the turn, as long as a scroll doesn't affect this. You can only acquire a crown token if no other set of dice ends the turn. For example, Uncle Varric gaining 3 or more daggers. If you get 3 crown tokens before Uncle Varric, you'll secure your rightful place on the throne. You can also get skulls. You can keep those. They can be re-rolled, or if you gain 5 skulls, you'll earn a crown token and end the turn, as long as a scroll doesn't affect this. And then daggers. You may either keep these for yourself or pass them to Uncle Varric. If you pass 3 or more daggers to Uncle Varric, you'll end the turn and release a crown die held by your uncle, as long as a scroll doesn't affect this. If you collect 3 daggers, you'll end the turn as long as the scroll doesn't affect us. You might notice something that's kind of repeating there. The scrolls can change the outcome of the rolls, just like in the standard game. So when you roll scrolls, they get passed to Uncle Varric. So Uncle Varric, or you, acting as Uncle Varric, you will re-roll all the scrolls and then complete some actions based on the symbol that comes up. Scrolls must be resolved before any other combination of dice can end a turn. So scrolls rolled by Uncle Varric must be resolved in this order. If he rolls any skulls, they'll come back to you. You can re-roll them along with any skulls. So just like in the base game when you pass scrolls to somebody else. Crowns. Uncle Varric keeps any crowns rolled. If Uncle Varric has 3 crowns, he'll earn a crown token and end your turn, returning all crown dice to the main dice pool. Uncle Varric will always gain a crown token when he has 3 crown dice, even if other dice combinations will end the turn too. Skulls. Skulls will come back to you to re-roll, but if Uncle Varric has any daggers, each skull will bring a dagger back to you also. If Uncle Varric sends you a 3rd dagger, he'll steal a crown token from you. If you don't have any crown tokens to steal, he'll steal a crown die if you have one available. And then daggers. Uncle Varric will keep any daggers. If Uncle Varric has 3 or more daggers, it'll end the turn. Remember, you only release a crown die if you pass the turn-ending dagger to Uncle Varric. So if Uncle Varric gains a dagger from rolling a scroll, it simply ends the turn without releasing a crown, even if you passed Uncle Varric a 3rd or more crown. I think that should say dagger. So once all the dice have been resolved, any skulls or scrolls in your possession must be re-rolled to continue your turn. So ending the turn. The turn will end if one of the following conditions is met. If there are no more dice to roll, you must keep rolling as long as there are skulls or scrolls to roll, unless 5 skulls are used to gain a crown. You or Uncle Varric has 3 daggers, or you or Uncle Varric has 3 crowns, and no other end of turn condition is met. Or if you gain 5 skulls and no other end of turn condition is met. As soon as the turn ends, you'll take back all the dice except for any crowns that the Uncle Varric has. Uncle Varric's crowns will remain locked in place. The only way to recover crown dice from Uncle Varric is by giving him 3 or more daggers and ending the turn without Uncle Varric gaining any daggers of his own, or when Uncle Varric earns a crown token. The game ends immediately when either you or Uncle Varric gains a 3rd crown token, or for a longer game, play to 5 or 7 tokens. So there's some ways to increase the difficulty. So anyway, after I read that, let's go ahead and roll the dice and play. I'll show you how it works. It's It's pretty similar to the multiplayer game, but with just one player. After my dice rolls in my demo of polyhedral pressure or polyhedral prowess, I don't expect to do very well in this, especially since son Andrew and I played 4 cooperative games earlier today and lost all 4 of them. And all 4 of them were, his level type games. And so they were all 90% luck. And we lost them all. So the luck is not with me today. So let's start. I will roll. Okay. So I got 4 skulls and a crown. Those will stay with me. But Uncle Varric gets the scrolls. And Uncle Varric will roll the scrolls. He gets to keep a crown and gives me a skull. I have 5 skulls. So I can earn a crown token and end the turn. And I am going to do that. Gain a crown token and end the turn. So at the end of the turn, I take back all the dice except for any crowns that Uncle Varric has. So he hangs on to that one. And then I will continue. Okay. So I get these 2 crown tokens. These 2 skulls stay with me, but Uncle Varric gets 2 scrolls. And he's going to roll them. He gets another crown, and then the scroll comes back to me. So I've got that. I cannot get the 5 skulls, so I have to re-roll all of these. And I got 2 skulls and a crown, so I get a crown token. Lucky me. Okay, and now my last turn. Well, not last, but I mean it could be if I got a crown die and 4 skulls. That's good. I don't have to give Uncle Varric any scrolls. I got a second crown, and a skull, but I did get 2 scrolls. So those go to Uncle Varric, and he will roll them. And lucky me, come back. And I can roll again. And there is that. And a scroll to him and a dagger. So daggers, I can either keep them for myself or I can pass it to Uncle Varric. But if I pass 3 or more daggers to Uncle Varric, I'll end the turn and release one of those crown dice. However, I can't. I'm not going to be able to pass him 3 because there's not 3 dice. So that will stay here. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Yeah. Uncle Varric didn't ever have any daggers. So I will just hold on to that. And then Uncle Varric rolls, and he gets a skull, which he sends back to me. Fortunately, I got another skull token or crown token, so I got the 3 crown tokens. So we're going to play to the 5. So that would be a win. I actually rolled pretty lucky. We're going to play to 5 because that's what we need to win the crown in the base game. Is 5. So we'll roll. Oh, I got 3 scrolls. Uncle Varric rolls, and 3 scrolls come back to me. I can give him a dagger. I'm going to give him the dagger. Now it's my turn to roll again. Oh boy. I ended up with 3 daggers. Let's see. I'm going to pass the daggers to Uncle Varric. because if I pass him 3 or more daggers, it'll end the turn, and I will release a crown die. However, if Uncle Varric gains a dagger from that scroll, and he got a crown instead, let's see. So that ends the turn. Uncle Varric has 3 daggers. So when he has 3 daggers, they all come back to me and with a crown. So I managed to steal a crown from him without him earning the crown token. Oh, I got 3 daggers. I'm going to send them all to him. Oops, and hope to get another crown die away from him. But he does have a scroll. Skull stays with me. He rolls a skull. And remember, skulls come back with a dagger. The dagger stays. Can't re-roll a dagger. And I have to keep re-rolling until we come to an end condition. I got crown and a dagger that I will send to Uncle Varric, and he doesn't have any dice to roll, so that steals a crown from him. And that ends the turn. So I am knocking away at his crowns. Ooh, and I got 2. And a dagger. I'm going to just keep that for myself. So those are locked in place. And the skull doesn't get re-rolled. But Uncle Varric rolls the scrolls. And he gets a dagger and a scroll. The scroll's going to come back to me, and Uncle Varric will keep any daggers. If he has 3 or more, it'll end his turn. Remember, you only release a crown if you pass the turn-ending dagger to Uncle Varric. Okay, so I will give him 2 daggers. And now there are no scrolls. So, yay, I got all of it back from him. Okay. Let's see. So I got 3 skulls. And I got 2 daggers. Keep one and give 1 to him. So he's going to roll that. It's a skull. It's going to come back. He's going to give me a dagger. Okay. Okay. So I have to re-roll that, but I don't have to re-roll those. So the question is, do I want 1 and hope it comes up with a skull to give me another crown token? Yeah, why not? Nope, it's a scroll, goes to Uncle Varric, and he comes back. And I got a crown. But now I cannot get 5 skulls, so I have to roll the skulls. And Uncle Varric gets those and sends them back to me. My turn. That. I will give Uncle Varric that, because if I get a third one, it's going to end my turn. And he's going to keep the crown and send me the skull back. Scroll, Uncle Varric rolls it, and it's a scroll. It comes back. Gotta keep rolling. I got a crown, and that's 3 crowns, so I get a crown token. Okay, as soon as the turn ends, I take back all the dice, so including daggers. Oh, look at that! Lucky me. Unless Varric takes that, and that is the end of the game. I rolled a lot better this time. So anyway, that's kind of how the solo variant of trying to stop Uncle Varric from weaseling into your inheritance, taking away your rule. That's kind of how it works. I am getting very tired. Okay, so kind of a quick, fun little diversion. It feels like the actual game. Okay. Now, how about solo variant for Quirkle, maybe? Okay, about an hour and 10 minutes. Okay. Let's see. I think I printed out variant rules. City patchwork. Quirkle. There's my solo rules for Quirkle. Okay. I wasn't sure which games I had printed these out for, had them in there, or which ones not. Well, of course, I had them printed out. Oh, no, that's somebody else's solo variant for Quirkle. Not me. Okay. So, in solo Quirkle, it turns into a much more of a puzzle game. Okay. So, Quirkle solo rules. Quirkle solo rules, very similar to standard rules, where there's just a few small changes. Start the game with 6 tiles, just like in a standard game. If you cannot make a line of at least 2 tiles to start the game, draw 6 new tiles and return the originals to the back. On your first turn, create the longest line of tiles you can, following standard Quirkle placement rules. On future turns, you may place as many tiles as you like, but you must place at least 1 tile. If you ever cannot place a tile, you must discard all 6 tiles from your hand, and optionally, as many already placed tiles as you like. Track your score as you would in a standard Quirkle game. After placing tiles, choose 1 from the remaining tiles in your hand to discard. You must discard 1 tile unless you are fortunate enough to place all 6 tiles. Then you may draw back up to 6 tiles. Continue playing tiles and discarding on 1 until you can no longer draw back up to 6 tiles. When you cannot draw back up to 6 tiles, discard the remaining tiles and end the game. And then your score is the total of your score minus 1 point for each discarded tile. So when you discard the tiles, they're out of the game for good. So you just scrap. So let's see. I'm going to have to raise this up because Quirkle can kind of spread out a bit. Go. Let's move some of this back. see what's going on. Extra life land. Quick before I start this. Okay, still looking for donors. Donate. Get more bling in my beard. Okay. Okay. So mix them up and grab 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So where can I put these so that you can see? Okay, let's see here. We have, I can do a line of 3, so that is the biggest I can do. So put these here. Okay, let's see. My tiles will be there and build up that way. Okay, and then so placement on future turns. After placing tiles, choose from the remaining ones in your hand to discard. So I will discard one of these from the game. Let's choose that one. So that will get discarded from the game. I'll start a pile over here. And then draw back up to 6. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna be stuck in a spot. No, I'm not stuck in a spot where I can't play anything because I can play a square onto that. Red square. Oh, I should have been keeping score. There we go. There's the paper. So my first one was 1, 2, 3 points. So 1, 1, 2, 3. My second one is 2 points. 1, 2. Okay. Now I have to discard one of these. That is not going to help me. So discard that. And I draw 2. Okay. Yeah, I think the only thing I can play is that circle. Go ahead and place it. That's 3 points. 1, 2, 3. And I will discard. Discard that. And draw 2. Okay, I can play these 2. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I will discard something. This is 1, 2, 3. Oh. 1, 2, 3 points. 2, 3. Discard. Okay. Only thing I can add on is the green. Add it on over here so I can maybe do some stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4 points.
You don't get to go over the top.
Do that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And discard that. Hmm. I should have swapped those positions. Okay. One, two, three, four. Let's discard that one. Okay. That for 2 and 2. There we go. That's good. That there. Okay. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10. Let's discard. Four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Discard. I gotta discard something. So discard that. One, two, three. And match the 2 that go there. Move on. That is a Quirkle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 12. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12. And let's discard this one. Okay. One, I think. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2. I'll get rid of square. Hmm. Two, three, four. Let's get rid of that yellow circle. Two, three, four, five, six, seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hello, I see somebody else has joined in. I am playing a solo variant to Quirkle that I wrote. It requires at the end of each turn you discard one tile from your hand. So I'm going to discard that, and then the number of tiles that you had to discard is subtracted from the number of points that you earn. 3, 4. Lots of blues. Okay, let's see. Blue. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And then we're going to discard. We're going to, they all could potentially be useful. I guess least useful is that one. So let's discard it. One, 2, and 3. Let's see. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And let's get rid of one of these, I think. And draw 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I can use these. this way. And that gets me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is a Quirkle, so that's 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And we're going to discard. Discard that green square. Two, three. That's good. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Okay, there's 12 for another Quirkle, 13, 14. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. What do I want to discard? I am going to discard. They are all kind of crummy tiles to have. Discard that. Yeah. Blue diamond, blue starling. One of those are really what I want. Square here. Blue star up there. Oh, tired, very tired. Let's see. Showing that somebody new is tuned in. Where are they tuned in at? My personal site. So hello, whoever is tuned in and watching. Thank you for joining. Remember, you can support Extra Life at extralife.org/participants/GJJ games. Every $25 raised, I will add some more doodads to my beard. So, let's see. Has anybody raised anything? Not lately. Okay. So, we are also running a charity auction. So you can go to charityauction.bid/2020 extra life GJJ games. And then you will be able to bid on all kinds of awesome games. So over 370 games from 45 sponsors and a bunch of local participants that have donated their used games. So lots and lots of awesome stuff. Right now, I am playing a solo variant of Quirkle that I wrote a few years ago, and it's pretty puzzly and seems to work pretty good. It gives you that Quirkle feel without needing other people. So right now, I am trying to decide what to play out of all of these, and don't have anything really good. I guess I could do this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and clears out 3 from my hand. So one thing that this does is it encourages you to do big runs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I have to discard one of those. So I will discard Yellow square, yellow diamond, purple square. We'll get rid of yellow square. And draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yellows there. Yellows and purples. Looks like I keep pushing them back a little bit so you can't see what I'm working with. That is what we have to work with at this point in time. So let's see. I could do. There we go. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what do I want to discard? How about that purple star? Okay. Oh, here we go. These are not really what I want. How about that purple circle? I'll just add that purple square here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have to discard something. I'll discard this blue diamond or thingy. I've got 2 of them out there already. Okay. We're getting close to the end. Okay. Another purple square. There's a bunch of junk. Where's my good stuff? I guess I will place that there. I need that purple circle. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Diamond is not going to help. 2 more. Let's see. Lots of green, but not that will help me. Oh, maybe. Let's do that. That's not perfect, but it's going to get me cleared out a lot more. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now I gotta discard one of these. Let's get rid of that purple square. I don't think I need that. Yeah, don't need the purple square. Let's draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, there is my blue or purple circle that I've been looking for. Okay. And that I was waiting for. Oh, shoot, but I messed it up with that last turn that I took. Ah, I messed up my Quirkle that I was going to get with that orange star. Okay. Still use those, but I am going to, before I mess up this Quirkle, I'm going to grab it. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I need to discard something. Discard that, since I already got 2 of them out there. Actually, though, that I could use. Red circle. Red circle, I can't really use. Yeah, I'll discard that. Okay. 2 more. And there's the other orange thing. A green circle. Okay, well, we're going to do.
What's your note?
Possibly. See how much time is left. And I'm taking a break at 5 o'clock. Put those there, and that'll give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's get rid of. I don't want to get rid of any of those. They're all kind of decent. Well, let's see. I think this one is going to give me the least amount of points if I use it. Get rid of that. One, 2, and 3. Somebody's calling me. That is my dad. I will give him a call back when I take my break. Sorry if you can hear the buzzing on the stream. I'm not sure. Let's see. Diamond will not really help me. Yellow diamond will not really help me. These pluses might. Green circle might. That might. Okay. So how about if we do this? Then I just green plus, but all the green pluses are up, so I cannot get a cool. Did that, I would need an orange plus and a yellow plus. I don't know that they're on. Let's do this. I don't think I'm going to get Quirkles on any of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah. Oh, have you
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay.
Oh, hold on, just a second. Let me see.
What's
Your father's on the phone. He says he's been trying to get online to see you, and it's not working. And he was worried.
oh, I'm fine. I thought it was streaming. It says that there are people watching it. Let me check and see.
He's checking to make sure. His computer's been telling him this, but uh-huh.
Let's see. Extra Life 2020. It's 1 to 5. Yeah, it shows that I'm streaming. What is it? What's it doing for him?
What George?
Where is he trying to go to?
So first he says, "Where are you trying to go to?" What is? He's at the. On the page.
He's got to click that picture of the kid with the circle. There should be a play button in it.
Picture, and then says nothing happens.
Which one is he in? Is he in the 5:30 to 7 or the one below it that says 1 p.m. to 5 p.m.?
Are you apparently there's different times?
Yeah, because I've been doing it in 4-hour chunks.
So uh-huh. He pushed for the morning and morning. Now
There should be, two. Here, come here so you can describe what it looks like to him. So
Okay.
he should be able to just reload the page.
Reload the page?
Yeah. And
Okay.
see how there are labels? 5:30 to 7,
Yeah.
1 to 5.
Right, he knows about the times.
Yeah. So the one that's right below, the 1 to 5 p.m. is should be live now.
Uh-huh. Okay.
What are you doing?
But you can't get the current one. You know what? Have you tried restarting the computer?
Okay. Anyway,
Try to restart the computer.
I guess my
and see
dad
if
is
that
trying to watch.
yeah.
Don't touch.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I just did that. Now I have to discard one.
Yeah.
We are going to discard. There we go. This one won't. Yeah. So we'll discard. Okay. So we'll draw 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Scoot back. This is a game called Quirkle.
I want to.
Well, I'm playing it with just one player right now, but we're trying to match patterns and colors. Okay. What am I waiting for? I am waiting for purple. gotta do the green circle here. Hang on, what am I waiting for? That would be 5. I would be waiting for a green of these, which is what I'm waiting for over there. So I'm gonna just circles. Go that off the screen a little bit, but it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't just leave them. Okay, we're gonna discard that green circle. I'll teach you how to play some other time. A little bit on the complicated side for a little bit. Okay. What? No, you need to sit straight. Sit still. Okay. No, you're not. Hey, you're not climbing across the table. Let's see. Okay. Eyes are all blurry. I can't see what the good moves are. Gotta be something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's discard. Gotta stop bumping the camera. And I discard. 3. You're almost done. Ah, look at that. I discarded a blue square and drew a blue square. Of no, we'll leave them on. Yes. Okay, let's do this. These are all bumped. There we go. Okay, so I added these two. It's not bumping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will discard. Draw 3. 1, 2, 3. Not what I want. bumping. Start circle. Can't really use them. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hmm. That would be interesting. Here. Quirkle. There's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 12. Okay. Get rid of that. 3. I'm almost at the end here. 1, 2, 3. Um, I think here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. And I will discard purple diamond. 3. 1, 2. Holy cow, that's a lot of orange. What can I do with that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Get rid of the green diamond. Let's break even. Yes. Perfect. That is all the tiles in the bag. So this is the last turn. Okay. What can I do? Lots of circles there. Um, okay, we are gonna go right here, like this. That is the most points I can get. I also get lose points for tiles left in. So that's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then these all have to get discarded. Okay, now 10, 20, 35, 37 missing. So 10, 20, 30, 5, 6, 7. I have one left. Okay, so that means my score was 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 206. Okay, 206. And according to my things, that is. I apparently was not thinking right when I wrote this because my point things go under 150 points is a try again. 150 to 200 is keep working. And then it jumps to 225 to 250 is pretty good. And then it jumps to 275. So apparently if I get between 201 and 224, I get no score. So I'm going to have to retype this. But yeah, I think that was okay. I think that's going to end up being the pretty good. So 201, 201 to 250, and then 251, 299 is great job, and over 300 points. So that was pretty good. I figured that was kind of the middle of the road. Now these points I just kind of pulled out of the air. So we'll see. We'll see how that works. But anyway, that is my solo Quirkle. It's I think it probably goes a little faster when you're not as tired and exhausted as I am, and when you're not getting interrupted and stuff. But it really kind of matches the actual puzzle of the game. I like it. And that is the end of that game. And it looks like it is 4:50. I am scheduled to take a break at 5, so I'll clean this up and chat for a little while. I see if anybody has been making comments. I don't see any. Let's see. The on the stream. Sometimes the comments don't come through to the live. Somebody commented here, but it's not showing me the comment. Commented. Are not showing me the comments. Oh, there it is. It's way down. Rich Boomker. Hi, Rich. From 3 hours ago. So maybe I got to find something that is a little bit better with comments, but not knowing what I'm doing, streaming, okay. I'm happy with how this went. This is my first time streaming for more than like a quick 5-10 minute Facebook Live video. Okay. And let's see. YouTube comments. You on YouTube. QBD. Okay. Okay, excellent. Well, I think I'm about to sign off. So it says 3 people are watching me, 2 on GJJ Games. Might be me because I just logged in there. But let's see. I don't know. It says 4. Could be me because I was just checking it. So it logged in the stream. If not, if you guys are people watching and not just fictional numbers, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I am about to sign off. I will be coming back on at 5:30 to play Cartographers. You are welcome to join in and play along. I recommend it if you are familiar with the game, because I am, and I won't be going too slow unless my sons decide to join in. My older son, I don't know that he has ever played Cartographers. My middle son, he has played. Okay. There we go. We'll put the solo rules right in the bag. So if you do want these solo rules for any of these games, a lot of them are available on my website or in the BGG forums for the various games. If not, shoot me an email. I can send you information about all the solo variants that I have for games. Like I said, I've got Patchwork, so maybe I'll have time to show that in the finale. I've got 8-Minute Empire that I showed earlier. Dice of Crowns I showed just a little while ago. So lots of solo variants. I like making solo variants to games, especially games that I like that I don't get to play super often. So I've got solo variants for Tiny Epic Kingdoms. I know there's an official one for that now, but still like mine a little bit better. So let's see, what else have I written solo variants for? I don't know. I've got a whole bunch of them on my computer. Let's see. Let's see. I have solo variants for Sushi Go. It's not one that I wrote. I've got some variants for Star Realms, multiplayer. So we play it with more than 2 players with a regular deck. I've got a solo variant for San Juan, not one that I wrote, but pretty good. Let's see. Patchwork. Got variant for Mole Rats in Space. Not a solo variant, but it's a variant. Middle Empire, I have variants for a little expansion that I made for it. It's not solo though. What else do I have? Got a whole bunch of 2-player variants. And that is about it. I know I've got more written somewhere. But anyway, I'm about to sign off, so thank you very much for tuning in for this penultimate live stream. I'm taking a break for about a half hour, and then I will be back to play Cartographers and wrap things up with our marble tournament. So it looks like Cheerful is winning by a landslide. And so, barring a huge disaster, Cheerful should win the tournament, but we will see. I may do the final race of the tournament with bonus points. So make it exciting in that final race. See if anybody can catch you. Anyway, have a good evening. Take a break. I will be getting something to drink, walking around a little bit, because I've been sitting here for quite a while. I got up a couple times to help with the dog and stuff, but I thought it was okay. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oh, you want to say bye? Okay, hurry up. Come. I almost clicked the end button.
Bye. Bye.
There he is. Can you see him there? A little head popping up and waving. Okay, take care.